This is Andy of QualityStocks. Today's Tuesday, July 6th, 2010, and we're going to take a look at Radio 1. It's a NASDAQ global market stock trading on the ticker ROIAK. This is one we've had our eye on as a bottom play lately. Obviously, the market is extremely depressed lately. There's a lot of bottom plays out there, a lot of others that are really working their way into position. Radio 1 is one I've been keeping an eye on ever since it started this. We call this like a waterfall effect. You see how it starts out a little bit slow, and then the big tumble comes. This I think was 11 straight down days. Stop going back and count. I think it was 11. Last 2 days though, it seems to be established in some kind of support. And you'll see it's dropped long lower shadows, which means it's seeing a little bit of buying pressure. People are seeing it as an opportunity. Taking a look at the MACD, one of the first things we look for is some histogram divergence, which is starting to trend towards 0, which means we're looking for a bullish cross of the MACD. For pincher players, the pinch is fully in effect. The ADX up near 70, very high. The negative DI even up over 40, breaking off a high point near 50, starting to make a turn down, again giving a hint that this could be a reversal coming. Money flow just buried at 0, looking for that to start to make its turn north. The accumulation distribution, even with that, is getting a curl to it, which directly correlates to those wicks right there, where people are seeing that as a buying opportunity. Shaking money flow also started to trend back up. It's heavily, down in the red, so to speak. You always want to see that breaking back up towards 0. You can see just the slightest hint of it starting to trend north. Same way with the CCI over the last month or so, trending north. A lot of people use this negative 100 to break a negative 100 as coming out of oversold and a buying opportunity. Full still buried on the bottom. Can look for that to make a curl. Tricks is not super helpful in this situation. You actually like to see it start to give you some hint of a turn, but it lags behind. So we'll just keep an eye on the stow overall. Right now you're looking at this as a bounce play. You're going to find some resistance points and look for the bounce to that level. You want to see it hold. We'll come back to these candles in 1 second. RSI's making a nice turn. All three of them starting to curl. Again, going along with the buying. That seems to be coming back in. Now we look at these candles. A couple important things. Holding that base the last 2 days. It actually hit $1.16. The day before, I think it was $1.17. But there's your support level. If you look at the short-term charts, you'll see it's been in a pretty nice channel, holding that bottom and actually trying to trend upwards on the short-term charts. See, volume dried up a little bit, which could be looked at a few different ways. You got to remember this was Friday before a long holiday weekend, so the market didn't get a great deal of activity. So we'll look for volume buying pressure to start coming back in and see if the volume picks back up. But it's actually not too far off of where it was, kind of in an average volume range. So we're going to look for that to pick back up. You see it's been drying up the last few days before that as well. So we're going to look at this. Maybe the bears are done and they can't get any more selling, so we're going to look for this to try and push. So we want to see it hold 116 on the bottom. You have to really zoom into the short-term charts on a play like this to start looking for solid resistance, because there is a little bit through here on the shorties that you'd see, but on the dailies we're going to move more up into this area of that $1.55, somewhere around in there, which is pretty nice bounce coming off $1.27 right now. We're going to look for it to go up and test that area first and foremost. And then after that, we're going to want to see it get up. It's going to push $1.75. That's a pretty nice, pretty heavy area on the short-term charts as well. So we're going to see $1.75 as another resistance area. And the big daddy, though, isn't going to really be up until around 225. You can see that's where there's a little bit more trading that used it as a support level and then a resistance level for 4 days. And it also happens to be where the 20-day moving average is. Now, if this doesn't bounce today, obviously the 20 days dynamic. It's going to continue down, and it's just a matter of how far it comes. If it wants to get down to this $1.75 area over the next few days, that's going to make that a little bit more significant of a resistance area. If this wants to try and make a move and make a run real fast, look for it up around in there. What I ultimately want to see Radio 1 test is right up there around 275. This makes a heavy recovery over time. This is not really something you look for tomorrow, but if this wants to start to trend back up, look for that area. That's going to be, by that time, the 50-day, 200-day are probably all going to be pretty close to that area, and it's been a significant source of support in the past that it fell through recently. So this 267, 275, all in through this area is going to be a tough spot for Radio 1 to get back through down the road. So look for those things. But immediately, let's look for volume. Really look for this 116 area to hold. If it wants to come back down there and bounce back up again, it's going to be even stronger indication that is its bottom. So we're going to look for that. And let's look for it to come up and test first and foremost, like I said. We're going to highlight that. Pull it back down. Let's look for it to try and get through that $1.55 area right in through there. So that's what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for the rest of these indicators to continue. Look for the ADX to flatten, the positive DI to get a turn coming north. We'll look for the bullish break on the MACD. Everything else is bottomed out pretty hard, so we look for the accumulation distribution, the MFI to make their move and start making their turn. Again, look for volume. This is going to be, I think, a pretty successful bottom play as long as that support area can hold.